Most people think you need thousands of dollars to start on YouTube, expensive cameras, professional lighting, fancy equipment, and that's what's keeping you stuck. Today, I'm gonna show you 5 YouTube strategies that require zero upfront investment, and you can literally start with just your phone. And these strategies focus on what actually matters: getting views and making money. Not buying gear you don't need, not wasting dozens of hours editing your videos, not spending hundreds of hours watching YouTube content that doesn't actually get you results. And I literally used these exact methods 3 months ago to help my 50-year-old technologically challenged brother grow his YouTube channel. And I documented the whole process, and I even made a case study out of it. So there's no expensive equipment required, no prior experience, no special skills, just these 5 strategies and the willingness to take action. And if you've been making excuses about not having enough money to start, this video will eliminate every excuse that you have. So if you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. Okay, strategy number 1 is understanding the fundamental rules of the game, because here's the thing about YouTube. It's an opportunity with zero capital required. You can literally just start with a phone. You know, most types of businesses out there, you have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to even start the business. Or if you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're gonna have to take out a loan. And so there's a natural huge barrier to entry when it comes to starting those businesses. And because of that natural barrier to entry, in many ways, you do have less competition. YouTube, on the other hand, literally anyone can start. And so there is a lower barrier to entry, which is amazing, but also you have a lot of competition. There's a lot of other people trying to start channels as well. And so it's very important you understand how YouTube works, the type of game you're playing, and you also need to set the right goals. So let me show you how to get to your first $1,000. I'm gonna reverse engineer this for you, and I'm gonna be using my brother Zach's channel as an example. So 29 days after posting his first video, he had a $214 AdSense day. And that's just AdSense, that's just the money that YouTube gave him from showing ads on his channel. And a few days ago, about 3 months after starting his channel, actually a little bit less than 3 months, he had about a $450 day. And again, that's just from AdSense. He's also making money from other sources such as affiliate marketing. Now, in Zach's case, his very first video popped off. It now has over 700, 800,000 views, and it was the very first video that he uploaded to his channel. When I started this channel you're watching right here about 5 years ago, it took me about 10 videos before one of the videos took off. And for some of the YouTubers I've worked with, sometimes it'll take 10 to 30 videos before one takes off. But I've also seen YouTubers out there literally take hundreds and hundreds of videos before even one of them takes off. Why is this? Why is it that some people can post videos right away and then one takes off and, you know, the rest is history? The channel just basically grows from there. And then other people have to post hundreds of videos before one takes off. All right, quick break. This Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm hosting a free live workshop called How to Get Money Quickly with AI and YouTube. At this workshop, I'll be giving away my brand new tool, Niche Validator 2.0, for free. This is a very popular tool of mine that I've updated to add more recent niche discoveries, and I've trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, my philosophy, my coaching sessions, etc. And I'm giving it away for this one time only at the workshop. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, and when you're done registering, make sure to click on add this to your calendar so it'll show up in your Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar in order to get our GPT. Now, you'll also be able to ask me questions live, so I look forward to meeting you. See you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Well, let me explain this to you, and the best way for me to explain it is to show you a 100-sided die, or a 100-sided dice, whatever you want to say. But basically, this is a dice that has 100 sides. And you can roll it, and one of the sides will end up at the very top. Now, if you think about a typical YouTube video, let's just say that you upload an average video, and it's average in every single way, it will probably take you about 100 videos before one of them takes off. That is pretty typical. If you upload a below average video, it might take you 200 or 300 and maybe even 1,000 videos before one takes off. And then if you focus on the things that actually matter and you do the right things with your videos, it might take you 5, 10, 20, 30 videos before one takes off. Right? So if you do more things correct, if you tick more of the boxes, you have a much higher chance of rolling a 100 or having a video that actually takes off. And what most people will do after hearing this is they will basically try to make a perfect video, right? They will try to make absolutely every aspect of their video absolutely perfect in order to maximize the chances of that video exploding, doing really well, getting 100,000 or 1 million views. And so that's probably what you think I'm going to tell you. But actually, It's not right. I'm gonna tell you the opposite. I think you should focus on 3 things that actually matter with your videos. And those 3 things are: 1, the most important thing, the idea of the video; 2, the thumbnail, the title, and the intro of the video, or another way of saying this is the marketing or the packaging of your video; and 3, actually delivering value in your video. Now that does not mean spending 20 hours editing your video, right? That means actually having valuable things to say in the video itself. You might spend 0 hours editing. You might not edit your video at all, or maybe just a tiny little bit of time editing. But as long as the video itself is actually valuable, that's what we're getting at. So if you do those 3 things, spend a little bit of time on those 3, everything else, you should just do the absolute bare minimum on. And you'll probably notice if you watch my brother's first video that has almost 1 million views now, it wasn't heavily edited. That was literally the first video my brother ever recorded, and he didn't do the best job actually recording the video itself. In fact, it sounds quite robotic. Some people have even said in the comment section that it's an AI video. But what we did is we focused on the things that actually matter, which is the idea, the thumbnail, the title, the intro, and actually delivering value in the video itself. And then we just consistently posted content. So instead of just putting all of our eggs in one basket and just hoping that one video would take off, we consistently posted content. And then a few videos down the line, after consistently posting content, that first video started to get some traction. Now, what most people will do is they will try to make an absolutely perfect, immaculate video. They'll spend an entire month on it, sometimes several months, sometimes they'll record the entire video, edit the entire video, and then scrap it and start over from scratch because it's not perfect. I've seen this over and over again. I've seen people do this so many times. And then finally, when they think the video is absolutely perfect, they'll post it and they'll wait. And they'll see after 24 hours, maybe they get 5 or 10 views. A couple days later, maybe they have 50 views. A week later, maybe it hits 100 or 150 views, and then it just stalls. And then they just tell themselves, oh, the world's unfair. It's not a fair place. The algorithm hates me. The algorithm's not fair. I'm shadow banned. They'll make all these excuses for why it didn't do well. And then maybe they'll try to make another video like a month later or 2 months later or 3 months later, and they'll do the same thing. They'll repeat the same process and make the same mistakes. And I'm here to tell you that, especially when you first start your channel, do not try to make a perfect video. Understand that YouTube is a game and it works very much like a 100-sided die. If you do everything right, you have maybe a 10% chance of the video taking off. And so even if you do everything right, you still have a lower percentage chance, because the one thing that makes more of a difference than anything else is the idea. You know, you can make a video that's pretty mediocre. If it has the right idea, there's a much higher chance it's going to do well. And you can make a video that's incredible, and if it has the wrong idea, it's probably not going to get any traction. So if you had a 100-sided die and your goal was to hit 100, right? When you hit 100, that's like a video taking off. Would you take hours to roll the dice one time? No, you would probably just start rolling it over and over again until finally it hit 100. And that's exactly what you should do on YouTube as well. You need to consistently upload videos. That is the game. And you need to focus on the things that actually matter and pretty much ignore everything else that doesn't matter. Once your channel takes off, once it's doing really well, then you can focus on those little things, like those little things where you can optimize your videos and make them just a little bit better. And then if you do enough of those little optimizations, it does add up to something that's, pretty big. But at first, when you do that, you're absolutely wasting your time. You need to find the ideas and the formats and the ways of presenting your content that people actually resonate with. And once you've found that, then you can make your content better. And this is something that I've explained to people, and it seems like no matter how many analogies I use, no matter how many metaphors I use, no matter how detailed I get in explaining this, so many people out there will just still do the same thing. They'll just still make the same mistakes. No matter how many examples that I show them of people doing this exact thing and having success with it, they'll still just keep making the same mistakes. And it really just blows my mind. But if you understand this, if you understand how the game actually works, if you understand that there's always an element of luck, no matter how good you are, there's always going to be an element of luck, then you'll achieve success way faster. All right, strategy number 2 is to have AI help you generate titles as well as thumbnails. So I used to write all of my titles myself. And of course I used to make the thumbnails too. But even for a long time, I used to write all of my titles. And it was, something that took a lot of time, especially when you do like 12 videos a month. And then last year I started having AI help me write the titles. And then recently we discovered ways of using AI to make the titles extremely good. So AI can do basically 95% of the heavy lifting. It can help you to do the research. It can find what's trending. And if you don't have time to research video ideas, you can just use ChatGPT. And then once you have an idea, you can can have it generate 10 titles for you and then just pick your favorite title and then just start modifying it until you find something you really like, right? So these are some titles that I generated with AI. And if you've been watching my channel, you know this title. This is a title that was 100% AI generated. And this is actually my most viewed video on the channel. It got over 6 million views and it was generated by AI. All right, strategy number 3 is batch recording, or really just making videos with a system. So this basically means doing your content creation systematically. Now, the most common method of doing this is just recording multiple videos in the same session. I'm actually doing that today. I'm gonna be recording 3 videos today, and it makes recording a lot easier. In fact, some YouTubers I know, some of the clients I work with actually just record once per month. But I actually recommend you batch more than just recording. You batch everything. So you come up with the ideas all at once, you write the scripts all at once, you record all at once, you edit the videos all at once, and then you upload and optimize all at once as well. Now, why would you do this? Well, when you are in a certain state of mind for coming up with video ideas, for instance, usually it takes you like 20 to 30 minutes to kind of get in the groove, and then the ideas just flow very easily. Same thing with recording. Usually it takes you a little bit to get in the groove, and then it kind of just flows very easily. Same thing with video editing, same thing with writing scripts, etc., etc. So this is why I highly recommend just batching all of them, because it's very energy intensive to constantly be switching hats. You know, one moment you're a video editor, and then the next moment you're writing the script, and then the next moment you're coming up with an idea, and then the next moment you're recording the video. That's very energy intensive. Whereas if you just do one of those things at a time, it doesn't take that much energy, and it's easy to get in the groove. And this not only saves you a ton of time, but it also helps you to stay consistent. Let me show you Connor Woodman as an example. His niche is Christian creativity, and he films walk and talk sermons in the woods. And his most popular video was filmed with a cell phone 5 months ago. He's made an estimated $5,300 for this. And you might notice that in many of his videos, he is wearing a yellow jacket. It's a very distinctive jacket. And you might notice that he's wearing the same yellow jacket many videos in a row. There's a reason for that. It's not because he wears a yellow jacket for 8 days in a row. It's because he batch recorded 8 videos at a time. So he basically went into the woods. Maybe he was taking a break from work or something like that. And he just recorded 8 quick videos all at once. And then he uploaded all of those videos. And people love these authentic styles now, by the way. And outdoor videos, walk and talk videos, fewer edits, more authentic, more raw type videos, people are loving this right now. And in his case, I am sure that he is doing this batch method. He basically recorded an entire month's worth of content in probably an hour or 2 by doing this. And there are many people out there that are doing this exact method. So I highly recommend batching your content once in a while. And I get it, it can be sometimes a little bit fun to just create an entire video in one day, for instance, and just do all of the different pieces. And you can do that once in a while. But in order to get ahead on your channel, to make sure you're, let's just say 2 weeks ahead or a month ahead at all times, you should batch record. And then once you're ahead, you can have fun and just create one single video in a day.
What's happening, guys? In the editing process of this video, and I have an opportunity for a select group of people. So these are people who are serious about growing their personal brand on YouTube. So basically, we figured out recently how to grow a personal brand and combine all the upsides of a personal brand with the upsides of automation, right? Using AI, using things like this to basically grow your personal brand 10 times faster, which in the past used to take decades to do. And now you can do it significantly faster. And you can do this to get a better job. You know, we work with beginners that just want to get a better job with their personal brand. You can do this to make money as a side hustle. We work with a lot of people like that. We can do this to make more money if you already have a side hustle or a small business. Or if you're already crushing it on YouTube, we can help you crush it 10 times more. We've worked with people like that as well. I mean, I literally can show clients at each level. People that we've gotten from 0 to over 10K, 0 to like over 30K, from like 1K per month all the way up to 185K per month, from around 30K per month all the way up to over 500K per month. So literally at every single level, and it works for everyone in every situation. With that being said, we are only working with 3 to 5 people, and they have to be people who are very serious, right? People who are dedicated to making this work. So if you think you're that type of person, go ahead and apply it down in the description and the pinned comment below, and you could be part of our group of 3 to 5 that we help. So see you there. Have a good one.
All right, strategy number 4 in general is to take advantage of AI. I remember when I first started on YouTube, it honestly did take a lot of skill, and it took a lot of getting used to many different things. I mean, for one, you had to know how to use a camera. Most phone cameras back then were simply not good enough to have the quality needed for YouTube. Now they are. You also had to know how to edit videos. When I first started, this was in the kind of Mr. Beast age where editing was just getting absolutely out of control. And pretty much to be competitive on YouTube, you had to over edit and basically have constant stimulation in your videos. And so back then, in many cases, you had to edit a lot. You also had to know how to write really good scripts. You also had to know how to make really good thumbnails. You also had to know how to make good titles and come up with good ideas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These days, if you have the right systems and you're using the right AI, almost every single one of those is either fully taken care of or partially taken care of if you use AI the correct way. And honestly, guys, I used to be a huge AI hater, but AI is so good right now if you know how to use it correctly. It can generate titles that go viral that are probably better than the titles that I would make, right? My most viewed videos now use AI generated titles. AI can also help you to write incredible scripts that are actually coming from you, not just AI generated slop, but they actually come from you. So they're actually based on your personality, your ideas, your philosophy, etc. AI can even help with the video editing. There's AI software out there like Firecut and a script that can take away most of the work for you when it comes to editing your videos. Same thing with a thumbnail. There's AI like Pixels that are really good with thumbnails. So literally every single step of the process that used to be so difficult, AI can help with or just do all of the heavy lifting for you. You just need to use it the correct way and have the right systems in place. No, my brother, for instance, he's technologically challenged. He's not very good with tech. And I was thinking maybe we might have to hire a scriptwriter for him when we start his channel. And after just a few minutes of me teaching him how to write scripts, he was like, no, we don't need to hire a scriptwriter. Script writing is so easy now. And keep in mind, Zach is 50 years old, worked in the trades his whole life, so he's not really tech savvy, but it doesn't really matter. If you use the right tools, you can easily write good scripts. And because of us using the right strategy, the right systems, and leveraging AI, we're able to make it from literally zero, like his first video ever, not monetized, to making $214 in a single day from AdSense in 29 days. That's a $78,000 per year run rate. So yeah, I'm not saying that you have to use AI to do everything, right? Some channels do. Some channels literally use AI to do everything, but you absolutely should use it to help you make more and better content and do a lot of the heavy lifting. And then strategy 5 is you need to monetize beyond AdSense. You really need to monetize correctly. Now, there's a lot of different strategies for making money on YouTube, and I can tell you right now that most YouTubers absolutely suck at making money. Now, the absolute easiest way to monetize beyond AdSense itself is affiliate marketing. And it's also one of my favorite ways to monetize too. And it's very simple. You just mention or recommend products in your videos, you put your affiliate link in the description, and when someone clicks and buys, you earn a commission. For example, make a video reviewing an iPhone, link it to Amazon. Every time someone buys through your link, you get paid. Or you can recommend software like vidIQ or platforms like Skillshare or Coursera. And there are tons of websites and tools that you can partner with. And my brother Zach made money with 2 affiliate sales very early on in his YouTube career. And once you've got that going, you can sell your own products, ebooks, PDFs, guides right through your YouTube channel. And if you want to make an ebook, you can just build it with AI. Just make sure you feed it valuable information so that people actually want to buy it. And it's honestly getting easier and easier to monetize beyond AdSense. And this is something we're also going to talk about in the live training. So check that out down in the description and the pinned comment below. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out on it. But yeah, I've seen so many YouTubers out there that are dead broke, right? They've got million subscribers. They're not making much money at all. Then I've met business owners on YouTube that only get hundreds of views per video, and they're making literally millions of dollars a year, right? That is the difference between good monetization and terrible monetization. Millions of views, barely making money, barely getting by, hundreds of views, making millions of dollars a year. I know it sounds crazy, but that is actually the reality of the situation on YouTube. And that's what happens and what I've seen over and over again. Now, most of the people I work with do not want me to reveal their channel for obvious reasons. They don't want a bunch of competitors. However, some of them give me permission to reveal channel to a select few amount of people. And so if you want to see some of those, again, attend the live training, and I look forward to seeing you there. Now, one of the clients that did give permission to talk about how they're crushing it is Sean. My client, Sean, was making about $30,000 a month for a very long time. He was stuck there for a long time on YouTube. Within 9 months, we helped him scale all the way to over $500,000 a month. And he was watching my videos just like you are right now. And then he booked a call to talk to me, and he became one of my coaching clients. Now, I know 99% of people watching this are never going to become a coaching client. However, for the 1% of you out there that do want to work with me and my team, go ahead and book a call down the description and the pinned comment below. On this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. The call will be valuable whether or not we end up working together. However, only book a call if you are very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. If not, just enjoy my free content. I put out a bunch of amazing videos. I also do live trainings from time to time. For instance, this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing a live training. Check the link in the description, the pinned comment below to see when our next live training is. And I give away a ton of value in those trainings as well. And also, if you want to check out how Sean was able to make it from 30K to 500K per month, go ahead and click right here.